Before that though, I'm gonna go and put an ad so we can get 30 more minutes of no ads for anyone who comes into the channel. I'm gonna refill this one. I think I'm gonna need it. Actually, I'm not gonna refill it, but I'm gonna get something like else, you know. So be right back. I'm gonna play on some music in the meantime. I'm gonna put on an orchestral version, you know, the one I like to play with Courtney. I just love the Goddess of Law song from Courtney. I want to get the because the ad is gone and we're gonna keep playing. It's so good. I wish they would make more orchestral versions of the Ace Attorney soundtrack because it is so good, and I am definitely gonna use it in the some of it in the like see if we can use it like in a fair use way for the over analysis, because we need to play the Great Revival in that video. We have to play just all things like just. Oh, I didn't need that. This is pain. Mute gameplay ST over the top. Oh, I hate this song. Oh. Ah, Miss Edgeworth. Are you guys here for the show? Mr. Keys, Miss Barry. You're a little early. I'm sorry, but you're still getting ready. But I'm so happy you came. Do you remember, I promise? Yes, I remember. You asked us to come and see the show and you gave me this. I'm so happy you came. Please enjoy yourselves. I'm sure my performance will surprise you, Miss Edgeworth. Your performance has already surprised me, Mr. Keys. But he hasn't performed yet. Regina, please have a look at this photo. Is this balloon the property of the Bear Circus? It is. Did you see it? Flying around somewhere? It is highly likely this balloon was used by the culprit in the case we're currently investigating. Huh? Who's in charge of the balloon? Well, that would be Simon, but... are you saying? Mr. Keys, you flew this balloon in the middle of the night, did you not? I do occasionally practice alone at night. I'm not much of a pilot though. I'm a little clumsy. Oh. So for practice you do something as challenging as flying a balloon at night. Wouldn't that be rather difficult for someone who is clumsy and not much of a pilot? Then, what do you think I was doing, Mr. Edgeworth? You brought Kay to the roof of the Grand Tower in order to frame her for the murder of Jill Crane. Oh, you know what? That also explains how Kay saw the the one in the red raincoat floating, because he was in the balloon. Not a single security camera recorded Kay using the elevator. Therefore, the only way she could have gotten up there was through flight. And there is only one who could have flown her up there, and that was you, Mr. Keys. No way, Mr. Edgeworth, how could you say that? That is not all. You drugged John at the garbage pickup and kidnapped him. Wasn't that why you were late when you came to watch the trial for the Patricia Rowland? Away! I have no idea what you're saying. There's no way I could do things like that. Please believe me, Mr. Edgeworth, please? I wanted to believe you. However, you have broken that trust yourself. That's horrible. Why would you say that? Didn't you once say that you would trust me? That you'd believe in me? Don't you worry about that. We're your allies. That's because we're like birds of a feather, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Birds of a feather, huh? I suppose that is true. We have sufficient information about your past. I doubt you have a motive to kill Knightley. Rather, you are probably the most affected by his death. And I doubt someone as timid as you could work up the courage to murder someone. Alright, I'll get you out of here. We'll believe in you. I'm so sad. Those words were all lies. It wasn't a lie. We really did trust you. Kay, even you. You said we were birds of a feather, like, and yet I'm hurt, Kay. You've hurt me deeply. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe Simon isn't a bad guy after all. I see. So that's how you operate. I understand now, all too well. No matter who you face, you find an emotional weakness and exploit it. You guided each person towards the outcome you desire without even them noticing it. That is how you were able to mastermind this entire case. I may have fallen for your tricks before, but not this time. Simon Keyes, I indict you. So it's come to this after all. You're always so full of confidence, Mr. Edgeworth. But I rather like that. Because now, I can rip that confidence to shreds. What? A pig lifting a squirrel holding a cat as an arm stool. And he has a super villain cat. Oh my god. This is wonderful. Good work, everyone. His personality has completely changed. So, the animal tamer could not tame animals. That was all a facade. This is the real Simon Keyes. Simon? That's not true, is it? Truth or lie? What difference does it make? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth made me a little upset, that is all. Poor squirrel. You'll take responsibility for upsetting me, right? It's true. I practiced with the balloon 2 nights ago. That photo must have been taken with the balloon, and I passed near the building. I often fly around that area for advertising purposes. It's nothing unusual about that, right? You often fly around the Grand Tower in the balloon. Yeah, even the circus needs to advertise. Regina, is that true? Yeah. It was Simon's job to advertise using the balloon. It is so good, yeah. Most people who live around here should have seen it. That balloon was used in the crime we are investigating. Like I said, it's just a coincidence. I simply happened to pass by the Grand Tower when that photo was taken. I shall determine whether or not it was coincidence after I hear your full story. That nothing much to say here, I think. Yeah, that is not much to say here. Is juggling squirrels. Not much to say here. This one is though. You did it at night. I wonder about that. You flew the balloon in the middle of the night, eerily close to a certain other incident. Will you say there's nothing strange about that as well? Oh, Miss Edgeworth, isn't that like really a leading question? Won't you please stop being such a naughty prosecutor? It's kind of a downer. It's a clown's job to put smiles on people's faces, after all. He ducks and weaves around my questions skillfully. Very well, in that case, I will simply have to make use of a more direct attack. And we still don't know much about the balloon. In any case, I must draw out more information. So let's get more on that balloon then. Was the balloon launched from this tent? There's a nice big park near the Sunshine Coliseum. I always launch a balloon there. I see. In that case, how do you transport the balloon to the park? Well, it's too heavy to carry by hand. It weighs several hundred tons. Pounds, sorry, pounds. And yet it can fly in the sky. Amazing, isn't it? I asked you how you transported it, not now answer the question. Oh, I can't even make a small talk. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I use a truck. The balloon is loaded into the back of the truck. A truck? Yeah. The last time I took the truck and the balloon out was 2 days ago. I cannot overlook this piece of testimony. That is interesting. The truck you put the balloon into, was it blue by any chance? Blue? So what if it is? Today we saw a blue truck carrying a large basket. If that truck just happened to be yours, then your claim that it was last used 2 days ago becomes a lie. Agent Lang, Emma. Mr. Edgeworth, I finally found you. I've been searching for you ever since that incident yesterday. I dashed right after Kay contacted me just a little while ago. Prosecutor Edgeworth, the thing you were looking for. I've found it. It was placed in the blue truck at the dressing room parking lot. I love this theme. It's just, it's so good. Like, this is a theme we really need for Lang, not that melancholy theme that we had earlier, where he's just all down in the dumps. I love it! Maybe that is also something we should like overanalyze, but I don't feel qualified for how the game uses music. So maybe I should just like go to Patreon and have 8-Bit Music Theory do a video on how this game does music, like this series does music in general. Because we have the animation, New Frame Plus, and how the series uses like animates to make the game come alive. So maybe we should have some like 8-Bit Music Theory or one of the other big music theory like YouTubers, like analysts in games, do how this game does music. Because this is amazing! I love this! A blue truck, as I suspected. That truck is without a doubt the one I saw today. It does! Oh. There's a number of blue trucks out there, you know. Was to say you're not mistaken for a different one? It is definitely that one! I got a good look at it! Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, was that? It wasn't me. Okay. Words have no strength without evidence to back them up. Oh my god, he's a ventriloquist too? Ah! That's Mr. Edgeworth's voice! Evidence! Present evidence! Do I have any evidence to prove that this was the truck I saw today? Huh? What's wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck? The truck's body is cool to the touch. It seems to have been parked here for some time. Do you feel that all about touching it? What could prove this is the truck I saw? Well, dusting for fingerprints, I guess. I'd like to dust a truck for fingerprints. Huh? Fingerprints? What for? I don't see any point in that. A certain person's fingerprints should be left on this truck. And these fingerprints will prove this truck was parked in front of the Grand Tower today. Edgeworth, your fingerprints? Indeed. Earlier today, I touched a truck in the plaza in front of the Grand Tower. Yep. I'd like to dust for my own prints. Emma, I request a scientific investigation. That's what I'm here for. Just leave it to me. Alright, we're all set. Go ahead, Miss Edgeworth. Wait, you want me to do it? Of course! Who else but Miss Edgeworth will be able to up to the task? Oh, it would be amazing. Let's hope Mo doesn't show up. I don't think Mo will show up. I hope he doesn't show up. I don't want to see Mo. I just don't want to see Mo. I also don't want to see Galactica. I just don't. Regina has redeemed herself. Regina has redeemed herself. I don't want to see Mo. Alright then. You might be... You're a scientist. Why don't you do it yourself? You know, this triggers me a little bit. It's aluminium. Aluminium. Not aluminum. Aluminum. It's aluminium. Aluminium. Ah!
I'm just remembering that, you know, video.
So, America, listen closely. It's pavement. Pavement. So I just like we walk on the side, so I just go sidewalk. And America, lift. Like lifting up you up.
Usually intellectual.
And then so I got the elevator because it elevates me to a new height. That's surprisingly intellectual of you, America. I thought I found it somewhere. It's amazing. It is wonderful. You're simplifying things to the point of obnoxiousness. I need to find that and link it on my Discord. I think I just saw it somewhere else. Okay, let's get back to this. That is actually something that makes me a bit sad though. Like, I was taught the Queen's English. Oh no, I hope I should have a thing on that. Like a button for that. I mean, I haven't used that functionality since, I don't know, a long time ago, just to figure out which keybind I put it on. I mean, I totally can do it. Oh, was it this button? Yes, it was this button. There we go. I got one. It's a nice and clean fingerprint. Let's run the print against mine post haste. Alright, just leave it to me. These are definitely your fingerprints, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, it seems to me we have proven your statement to be a lie. What were you doing when you were driving that truck around? Just taking a joyride? Kay was abducted 2 nights ago. Your balloon was sighted not far from the scene. Today, there was another kidnapping in which a garbage truck was used. And once again, your truck was seen nearby. Hey, I kinda like the British accent. I like the British accent.
The British accent is awesome.
I mean, I've been working with Americans for so long. It's just like, it's like, I get sometimes get confused actually because it's like, rawr, rawr, rawr. Is Black Country you when you start talking to your parents on oh, we can hear it over Discord? Because that accent is amazing. I love that one. It's amazing, Pix.
Objection.
This all sounds. This sounds like nothing but more than pure coincidence to me. It is great. So it was pure coincidence that you parked near two separate kidnappings. I doubt that. You were involved in both kidnappings, weren't you? Isn't that a bit rash to automatically assume that two kidnappings were connected? And what if I had evidence to prove the two crimes were performed by the same culprit? Where did I put this one? Gotta stay pretty for the camera. Oh, you're serious? I can't wait to hear this! What did Kay and John's kidnappings have in common? Yes, there was sleeping drugs.
Take that.
Kay was knocked out with a powerful sleeping drug, and a bottle of sleeping drugs was found in a place where John was confined. The contents of the bottle were a match with the drugs used on Kay.
Objection.
So that's all you got, huh? And here I was getting my hopes up. So the same sleeping drugs were used, so what? You think that connects the two incidents? Pfft. Surely you must realize it yourself. That doesn't prove a thing. There must be something. Evidence that proves that he is connected to those cases. The police, the prosecutors, and even you, Mr. Edgeworth. In the end, you're all just the same. You make up evidence as you see fit. You can even send some poor soul to prison. Isn't there something one like that here? A poor soul was wrongfully accused in the past.
Objection.
You're wrong. Who would do such a thing?
Objection.
Oh, then show me the evidence. If you're going to accuse me of a crime, it's only natural. It's no use. Can't seem to find any other threads linking him to the kidnappings. Now then, have you finally run out of ammo, Mr. Edgeworth? I still have the preparations to make for the circus, so if you excuse me.
Objection.
Oh, I love Raymond. Now, you two. No need to get so heated. I love this. I love Raymond. He's amazing. Just I just wish this, like, his theme would get a orchestral version because it's so good. And Simon, you're looking good in that clown makeup. Hey, what's your deal? You don't just butt in like that. Uncle Ray is not good in such stiff environments. I mean, why so serious, right? Okay, have a little trick. At last, my moment has arrived! The Great K! Paradise presents a Simon impression. Objection! Why, you enough already? Hey, Miles, I'll buy you some time to get your ducks in a row. Yeah, there's probably a better way to stop for time than this, but whatevs. Well, nice one, Kay! I'm not sure about this method either. But I have to find something that connects Simon to the case. And I need to find it now. It's amazing! Is there evidence not related to the kidnap that is connected to the mastermind's identity? Oh, hello, Dojan. That's it. The mastermind is the same person as the young acolyte Dojin was looking for. If I could just connect the young acolyte to Simon, which piece of evidence could be connected to the mastermind's true identity? Yeah, it does. It's amazing. We're going big brains here. Big brains. Masterminds. Plan that decided to go bad. The person Red Hood. Kidnappers was a charade. Fake photo. The kidnappers demanded a ransom. No. No. There's a fire, but... Which piece of evidence could be connected with the mastermind's true identity? Not the shoes, but the bloodstain. Oh, this is so, like, I don't know even. We should move. I am actually uncertain here. Not this one, not this one. The president never passed through. I mean, it'll have to be the chessboard.
Take that!
No, it's not. I'm gonna blast through it. You hold it like this, and you hold it to me. You hold it like this and turn it this way. Too bad! Epic fail, Miss Edgeworth. Whose side are you on, anyways? Find something. Something must exist. Evidence that shows that Masterminds is connected to those involved in the case. Those involved in the case. Wait a... No. how do we connect them? Prior to the incident, the child's pranks caused a fire on the facility grounds. Okay, honestly, I am stumped here. SS5 incident, the victim was killed. This is just the kidnappers demanded a ransom, culprits hide the actual crime, and just this. Oh, we have the SL5. No, the SL. Where is it? The SL incident. Come on! IS7. That's the one. Everyone is connected to the IS with the IS7 incident some way. There are no clues to worry about, just until the day before the incident. Yeah, like the other thing is the it had. I mean, there's this one.
Take that!
Yeah. Knightley and Dojin both communicated through a certain individual. Oh, that somebody must be the mastermind behind the case. That's it. The mastermind played a role in the correspondence chess. If I can prove that it was Simon, then that's enough. I can't stomach any more of your sorry excuses for a performance. If you have no more objections, then I ask you to let me go back to the performance, preparing for the show. Thank you for the help, Mr. Shields, though you may have taken a little too far. You sure look happy. I take you found something. Look at me, I am Simon. Simon's a clown. The funny clown. Hey, you can stop now. Now then, Mr. Keys, do you happen to like chess? That was rather out of the blue. But since you asked, I can't say that I dislike chess. The mastermind behind the played the correspondence chess with Sirhan Dojin. If I recall, it was Knightley who had been playing chess with Dojin, wasn't it? I was saying that he was the mastermind. There was no way Knightley could have been the mastermind. The reason being, well, the mastermind had continued to work behind the scenes even after Knightley's death. Just like random things. That being the case, who could have written this letter? I believe someone acted as a middleman between Dojin and Knightley. So you're saying you think I am the middleman? And why? Just why would I have gone through all the trouble to do something like that? Most likely to make it appear as if there was a connection between Knightley and Dojin. And as a result, Knightley was killed by Patricia Rowland. No way! Are you saying that it was all set up so he could be killed by her? What are you saying? There's no way I could manipulate a person that far. Look at me! All it takes is it takes all I have just to get the animals to perform tricks. If only just a scrap of the letters he exchanged with Knightley still remained, it would be decisive evidence. I'd like to investigate your room. There could be decisive. If it's letters you're looking for, you won't find any in there. What? I'm the type of guy who throws the letter away as soon as I'm done reading them. There's the point in living in the past. Does that mean that he's already gotten rid of the evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, everything you said so far has been nothing more than based on conjecture, you know? The evidence. I'm just one step behind it. What should I do? I'm all out of moves. Without evidence, I won't allow you to cast doubt on my friendship with Knightley. Who was that? Excuse me. Let's see. Miss Barry, what's on her mind? I've been, listening in onto all you were saying, and, when you say Mr. Knightley, you mean Simon's friend, Mr. Knightley, right? Yes, that is correct. Does she know something? This morning a letter arrived from Mr. Knightley. It was for Simon. What? What do you say? But that's impossible. Knightley's already dead. Miss Barry, please let me see that letter. Okay, here we go. Quick, open it! This is a correspondence chess letter. Okay. This is the response to Doja's last move. Now, can you see the path to checkmate? Can't wait to see the look on your face. You weren't expecting to lose chess against me, right? The postmark says March 26th, the day before Knightley's death. It seems the letter arrived late. Since the circus moves around so much, like a lot of male people send us arrive late. Now, why was this letter addressed to you? This is proof that you were the middleman between Doja and Knightley. Normally, you will transcribe this letter into Brady before sending it to Doja. And in doing so, you created a connection between him and Knightley. Damn it! Curse you, Knightley, why did you continue to interfere? Simon, why? Wasn't Knightley your only friend? Don't be ridiculous! I stopped thinking of him as a friend 18 years ago. Ah, I see. 18 years ago? Would that have been the day of the IS-7 incident? Thanks to Knightley, I nearly died that day in a snowstorm. While I was on my way to the contest venue, where my father was waiting, Knightley suddenly appeared. He held me down, tied up by hands and feet, with tears streaming down his face. He kept apologizing. My dad's too scary, I can't disobey him. Please forgive me, I'm sorry. Stop it, Horace! I promised my dad! I said I'd taste the desserts. If I'm not there, Dad will be in trouble. I'm gonna let everyone know my dad's desserts are the best in the world. After that, he locked us inside the car. It was cold, so cold I could see my own breath. Before I know it, the doors had frozen shut, and not even he could get them open. And then I lost my father. What? Your father! Horace Knightley was the son of the murderer who killed my father. What could this mean? His confession runs contrary to the information we have. But the name of the victim in the IS-7 incident was Isaac Dover. Isaac Dover is my father's name. 18 years ago, my memories were muddled from the shock of my near-death experience. So it wasn't until later I learned the truth. On that day, my father was murdered. The culprit of the IS-7 incident was a confectioner by the name of Dame Gustavia. So that was the name of Knightley's father. That low-life scum of the earth killed my father. Just the thought of him makes me sick. So, you knew who the culprit was all along? Of course not! Had I known, I would have tipped off the police a long time ago. All I knew was Knightley's father was trying to set up my own father. That's why I immediately knew that the one who died that day was my dad. Knightley had a hand in my father's murder. Traitor. He was the son of a killer. And naturally he ended up dead. It would appear that you are a victim of a very suspicious, serious misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? What are you talking about? Isaac Dover, at the time, was actively working as a sculptor in France, under the name Pierre Hoquet. Is that right? Well, I'm sorry to say I don't remember that at all. It is only natural that you don't remember. After all, he is not your real father. Huh? What's that supposed to be a joke? I'm not amused. You won't be able to laugh at all once I reveal the truth to you. This piece of evidence proves that you are not Isaac Dover's son.
Take that!
What's that? Is that Knightley's chessboard in his ring? I want you to take a good look at this ring's design. There are 2 letters inscribed in it. That is a seal of Pierre Hoquet. Oh, yeah, the twisting here is just like, it takes the knife and it just like twists it and then shoves it a bit further in and just twists it again. Like just to make sure, you know? 18 years ago, it's found lying near the body of Isaac Dover. Why wouldn't Knightley have my father's memento with him? The police had found Isaac Dover's son and gave it to him. Isaac Dover's real son is Horace Knightley. What? But that means I'm... In other words, you are the Dane Gustavia's son. That's a lie. After all, my father is... My memories are... I lost my father because Knightley locked me up in the car. That's why I thought it was fitting he was killed as well. And... Really? I'll be able to see a prison show in a circus? Prison show in circus? A circus show even in prison. I'm enjoying playing chess with you, but I'm looking forward to your performance as well. Yes, please look forward to it. Alright, you better drop by again. I will think about my next move. Oh, so Knightley thought he was playing against Simon. Oh yeah, I'll add something special inside the chessboard for you. Check it out later. Something special? I'm not quite sure what you mean, but thanks. Oh, everyone, Simon. If only you hadn't stopped me 18 years ago, I wouldn't have had to come to this. Huh? Did you say something? Nope, not a word. Goodbye, Horace. Oh my god. After all that, you're saying it was my father who killed Knightley's? Then that means... was it all for nothing? I don't want to become some weakling who could just be killed by anyone. That's why I thought I'd follow in Mr. Dorian's footsteps. This finally proves it. Simon Keyes, you are Dorian's correspondence chess partner. And the mastermind behind this case. Yeah, that's right, it was me. I'm the mastermind behind it all. He's finally showing his true colors. As you all know, I witnessed the incident 12 years ago. President Huang's assassination. So, the child who drew that picture was Simon Keyes. Like, it can't possibly be this easy, right? Like, it can't be this simple. Well, I was find out. I was subjected to horrible interrogations over and over again by that heartless Patricia. Yeah. I spent nights trembling in my bed, terrified of what the next day would bring. Oh my. I'm sure you can understand why they would sneak out there, right? However, Blaze would have likely sent pursuers after you. Exactly! I was on a run from every waking moment. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I couldn't even sleep at night. I'd jump at the slightest noise. And that's why I became a circus performer. Blaze the best was a chief prosecutor and Patricia Rowland was the warden of prison. No ordinary person would be a match for those two. There were no adults I could rely on. Furthermore, behind the scenes, the body double would set it all in motion. Though he was fake, I was up against the nation's president. Talk about utter despair, right? Absolutely, yeah. The best is Sebastian. Well, my only ally was Mr. Dogen. He saved my life after all. He actually helped me out, unlike Knightley. If this story is true, it's ironic. Dogen, the fiendish assassin, was idolized by a child he saved. If I'd follow in his footsteps, I'd no longer have to worry about being eaten alive. That's right, now it's my turn. My turn to devour those who would feed upon me. And I suppose you never thought to seek help from the police? No way. As long as a Blaze was around, any evidence would be destroyed by him. Actually, didn't something like that almost happen today during Patricia's trial? I knew from the very beginning, you know, that things would turn out like this. The evidence from Patricia Rowland's trial. So, he's saying he expected the evidence would be destroyed. I see, so that's why you kidnapped John. To force a guilty verdict, even in the absence of evidence.
Objection.
Who's to say? But in order to expose the crimes of 12 years ago, there was no other choice. That's according to you. However, Blaze also attempted to kidnap John in order to manipulate the trial in his favor. Your methods are no different from the peaceful you so despise.
Objection.
That's only if I were actually the kidnapper. But I would never do anything so evil. No way. I just simply couldn't do it. Besides, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm actually quite thankful to the real criminals for giving me the opportunity to extract such sweet revenge. So you admit it. Your motive was revenge. Yeah, I admit it. So what? Sure, I held a grudge against those creeps. But it's not like I'm the one who actually killed them, you know? Truth be told, all I did was send some letters. Oof. A Jill in on Blaze's secrets and a Blaze in on Jill's secret. And then the two simply ended up trying to kill each other. Do you mean to say that murder was nothing more than a result of that? Yep. I mean, just like the case of the Gourd Lake, it's way easier than trying to control wild animals. All I did was come up with a fake assassination plan for Knightley. So, that was also part of his plan. If that's the case, then Rook's murder was also yours. Whoa there! Don't try to pin that on me. Knightley killed him all on his own. Well, it ended up creating the perfect opportunity for me, but it's funny how things work out, isn't it? How can you say such a thing? It was the same for Patricia Rowland. I made it look like there was a connection between Knightley and Dogen by using the correspondence chess match and the chisel in the chessboard. What? You mean to say you were the one who prepared that chisel? That's right! I thought it would bring Dogen to mind. Quite a thoughtful little gift, wouldn't you agree? And that was all it took to get Patricia to murder Knightley. What a tool! Oh, and the feeling that everyone around you is an enemy. I know it all too well. The tiniest spark can set off an explosion of fear, resulting in, well, horrific mutual destruction. And all I did was watch a comedy of errors unfold from the audience. And you were my final pawn, Mr. Edgeworth. A pawn? Me? Aren't you solved? Nope. Yeah, he is. Like, seriously. Well, at least Simon didn't plan to murder a child with poison. So, there is that. And you solved their cases that you brought both Blaze and Patricia to a ruin? And the weapon delivered the coup de grace was your own logic? I didn't solve those cases for your sake. Oh, I know. You never really cared about saving me. You just wanted to pretend to be a defense attorney, didn't you? What did you? All I had to do was go, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way, and I was all scared. And you totally believed me. Were you giving it your all to try? You were giving it your all to try to save me. So, even your arrest was just a ploy to make me use my logic. To be fair, getting arrested wasn't part of the plan. Then people began to suspect that the chisel I sent was the murder weapon. Honestly, I broke out in a cold sweat. I thought for sure it would be cartons for me. And then a turnabout of miraculous precautions. The genius prosecutor himself comes to my rescue. Well, does it feel nice to be thanked by me? The one that you saved? Yeah, Christoph is a demon. Gods. And I really think that Christoph is a great villain. And that is actually one of the things I really liked about the Paul Justice, is that how it builds up Christoph as a villain. He's in prison and all these things are in motion. It is wonderful. You should be grateful. I gave you this chance to play the ace attorney. You're wrong. He wasn't pretending to be a defense attorney. Mr. Edgeworth is always serious about saving people. Even the times when he saved me in the past. Hey. Is that so? Are you sure he's not trying to emulate his own father when he's the one he admires so much? Absolutely not. That's not true at all. No, Kay. The person he's talking about isn't Miles, but rather Simon himself. Clearly he's not able to trust others. The desire to save someone other than himself is something he cannot even comprehend. Say what you want, but make sure you think hard about it long and hard. Sure. Think about it long and hard. Sure, all my targets for revenge got what they deserved in the end, however. I'm gonna do a little bit of a ad break here. Get that pre-roll thing, and I'm also gonna go to the toilet. So I'm just gonna do like this. Gonna keep the music in the background, and I'll be back in just a moment. And we're back, just in time. Yeah, it's just, oh my god, oh wait, oops, I made a mistake there. Oops. I investigated the murder. There's no single word about that in the letter, is there? If I didn't say the word kill even once, I guess it could be considered an instigation. Well, maybe I did say it, but there's no way for you to prove it. What are you saying? You kidnapped me! I'm sorry, but that hasn't been proven yet, has it? The only thing I admitted to was sending the letters. That's... Besides, those letters contain no threats or coercions. I simply conveyed information. Information that each recipient would find, beneficial. You crafty little... Can we do something about it? What was it he said? Integrating murder? Instigating murder is when a person directs someone else to commit murder. The person who directed the murder can be charged as if he committed a crime himself. So, we had to find proof that he directed those murders. You make it sound so easy. To be honest, it kind of pisses me off a little. You're all trying to frame an innocent person like myself for murder. Don't you understand? I'm not obligated to waste any more of this pointless time, any more time in this pointless discussion. The police are waiting for you outside of this tent. You got nowhere to run. Really now? You think I wouldn't have an escape route prepared? Come now. For example, let's say I gave the orders on all the animals here would attack you. Now, what if I have to take my leave during the ensuing chaos? What'd you say? Can't be serious. Yeah, that was just an example. Would it make an interesting show? Here's another idea. What if I pulled out a hidden gun and took John hostage? That might be more exciting. I will never allow you to do such a thing. I can't tell whether or not Simon is being serious. Yes, the priestess mother will come down on you with her gavel, and it's a mighty one indeed. If you continue to bore me with your dribble, I'll end the show right here. So I'd like you to keep in mind that before you make any baseless objections. Oh yeah, Courtney is a treasure. Like every single Ace Attorney game, we have to go through the AAPS. Every single time, and in this one we got many of them. We got both Sebastian and we got Courtney on the AAPS. It just doesn't stop. AAPS is the Ace Attorney Prosecutor Syndrome. At the beginning of the game, you will always hate the prosecutor that you're facing against. At the end of the game, you will like them, love them, adore them, anything, you know? Miles Edgeworth, Franziska von Karma, Godot, and Clavier, and you have Lang in the first Investigations game, and here you have both Courtney and Sebastian every single time. It's just amazing. Yeah. Well, it's just Courtney and Lang who isn't the prosecutor.
Why don't we call it the AAAA instead? Ace Attorney Antagonist Anomaly.
Oh. I can't make any careless remarks. Is there some way I can change him? Charge him with his crimes. Okay, so let's see the first one here. Think about it, can anyone be considered a crime?
Hold it.
You incited the others to commit murder, and they did so. So we have this one. Next move, rook, no, pawn to g6. Wait. Pawn to g6, that's up there. Wow. There's an anomaly then. Actually, we have this one. If proof was established, you would be charged as if you yourself committed a murder. Oh, give me a second. Ah, excuse me. I know I heard it just a while ago, but what's the technical term again? Thanks, Pix. It's instigating murder, Kay. Blaze, Patricia, Roland, and Knightley. Their crimes are unforgivable, of course. However, the one who pulled the strings from behind the scenes and drove them all to murder was none other than you, Simon Keyes. Haha, yeah! Mr. Edgeworth, you really speak your mind freely, but you know.
Hold it.
There is not a single word. Oh, does that surprise you? You reach. Wait a second. Ow. Just keep stretching. I am so bad at doing that. It reaches the same conclusion if examined it. Given his composure, I'd say he's not bluffing. Does this mean that every single word in his letter had been carefully calculated? Well, I guess you could say this is like teaching a monkey to climb a tree. Unless you can somehow prove I caused those murders, you got nothing on me. Ergo, you can't accuse me of instigating murder. What a shame, Mr. Edgeworth. But you... Wouldn't this one be instigation? Please get the revenge for 12 years ago. I'm going to like press him a little, like just press everything I think, and then like go for this one. I think this is the one. I just need to figure out which one I'm going to do it on.
Hold it.
Because that actually says kill with two birds with one stone. I know you instigated the murders. Perhaps I should let you in on this, Mr. Edgeworth? Actually, I was the one who ordered Blaze the Best to kill Jane McCrane. Okay. Wait. You told me yourself.
Objection.
But you know, the funny thing is, it means absolutely nothing if you have no proof. I mean, there's no way I'd ever say something like that. No way, no way, no way. Ah, I see it. I see. We do probably have this on tape then. That's certainly true. I mean, absolutely nothing I can say can't prove it. Some evidence that could prove what he said over the phone. Ha. You know what? I am so annoyed that we're gonna have to use any of these guys. These choose evidence. Because Lotta Hart and her apprentice, but oh well. It is my firm conviction that you instigated the murders. After all, you told me so yourself. I was actually the one who killed, or the best to kill Green Crane. Did I say that? I didn't really remember. Yeah, why does Lotta, well in this case it's Nicole, but still, like Lotta has a finger in it, sort of. You may think you can deceive us as much as you want, but unfortunately for you, you used a bug to eavesdrop on our conversations. But there was someone else who wiretapped that bug of yours and recorded the whole thing. It was recorded? In other words, the conversation between you and the clown is recorded on a tape. Yeah. Langsy says, a schemer drowns in his own schemes. And this is what he meant. Miss Swift, I'd like to listen to your tape. Roger! Yeah, it's right about here. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, Judge Courtney's cell phone is ringing. Who is this? Are you the person who ambushed Kay? Mr. Edgeworth, I want to listen in this too. Very well. This is where it starts. Well, I must say. Huh? That's odd. What's wrong? Well, there ain't nothing recorded past this point. Oh, fuck. What? Why? Why was it recorded? Yeah! Too bad, so sad. Did you really think I'd leave behind any incriminating evidence? The bug I planted has a special feature. It can be turned on and off with a remote control. What? That sort of thing exists? Certainly remote control listening devices do exist, however. Are you saying you switched off the device so that your own voice would not be recorded? Precisely! Impossible! You couldn't have done that unless you knew you were being recorded. Isn't it obvious I knew? I guess you just don't get it. You could call it a hunch. I had a feeling I was being wiretapped. Miss Swift, was it? I figured things out because you knew about the kidnapping. Don't tell me. You were listening in on that conversation. That's right. Though, come to think of it, I'm surprised you didn't realize it until now. Some genius prosecutor you turned out to be, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh my! What was the end result of all this? Ah, since you don't have any proof of the investigation charges, it's game over! I'm a prosecutor. Was my recording no help to you at all? I ain't hear something. Anything at all not recorded. Miss Swift. Okay. Yes, the bomb was planted in your bed, right? Do you have any ideas? How do you expect me to come up with an answer right at the top of my head? You were the only one who came in contact with the culprit. Oh, unsightly. You're all fuzzing over useless evidence. Let's move on to the next topic. Next! What's this? He seems a bit eager to change the topic of conversation. Only Kay came into contact with Simon. If any sound was recorded at the time she was with the culprit. Miss Swift, how long have you been recording? Since 2 nights ago, I reckon? Since 2 nights ago. In that case, when could a conversation with Simon possibly have been recorded? Let's see. Simon was in on the 2 nights ago. The kidnapping was 2 nights ago, and she talked with. Didn't Kay talk with the kidnapper before? It'll have to be last night, right? Or is it this morning? I mean, I'm thinking of when he came to the trial for Patricia. Unless there was something when after he planted the thing. 2 nights ago, Simon brought Kay to the roof. Yeah, it's like because there's like we did speak to him at the trial for Patricia Rowland. I was thinking like maybe there, but like if he was talking to Kay, which I think he did, when he kidnapped her. So, and that was 2 days ago. If we listen to the recording from that time frame, Miss Swift, please let us listen to the recording from 2 nights ago. Huh? Okie dokie. This is the sound of a hot air balloon. That's right. At the time, Simon was carrying Kay in a hot air balloon. Ergo, he was near Kay. Is there anything recorded? Wait. A gunshot. Clang? What's a clang? The gunshot, like... Ah! That was... a gunshot. It says you were quick to deactivate the bug. However, you were a little too late. You can't run anymore. That gunshot ties you to the case. Huh? What are you saying? There's no gun involved in this case, is there? No. There should be someone connected to a case who fired a gun. Let's strike with the evidence that points to that person. Which piece of evidence connects the gunshot to the case? That'll be this one. Because he has a gunpowder on his right hand.
Take that!
Alright, EX. Thank you for joining us so far. And sleep well. We'll be playing more Ace Attorney next Friday if you are interested in seeing Dual Destinies, because we're going to be continuing that. And that will be on Friday from 7 o'clock Central European. And sleep well. It is written right here in your body double's autopsy report. Gunpowder residue was detected on his right hand. Where was Kay at the time this gunshot was recorded? That's right, she was being carried to the roof of the Grand Tower in your balloon. As it turns out, there was few people on that very same rooftop at the time. You mean the double and me? Ah, certainly, after we talked for a brief moment. The body double noticed something and had me leave before him. Now, what if the gunshot rang out after that? We can clearly hear it in the recording. Blech. I doubt that you wouldn't have noticed it. Do you intend on feigning ignorance until the very end? That's nothing more than mere conjecture. What we heard on the recording was not just a gunshot. If you listen closely, you're gonna hear the bullet hitting something. If the body double was aiming at Simon, then the bullet may have struck which piece of evidence? I mean, it would be the balloon, wouldn't it?
Take that!
The body double likely fired a gun at the balloon. If we assume that the bullet hit something, it would have hit the balloon's basket. Let's examine it immediately! Well, there. This hole is a bullet hole! A bullet hole was found in a basket. You won't be able to talk your way out of this one. Yeah. How do you intend to explain the gunshot and the bullet hole? So you figured it out. You're good. I guess it's impossible to hide anything from you. Spit it out already. Okay, no need to be impatient. Wow, he just keeps going and going and going and going and going. It happened when I was riding the balloon to the rooftop. I saw the body double and you and Miss Courtney on the rooftop. Talk about a surprise! Only the double noticed me. He told Miss Courtney to leave ahead of him. He then pointed a gun at me and fired. Why did he want to shoot down the balloon? It's simple. The body double had intent to kill Miss Courtney. Kill me? That's right! You talked to the double about John, didn't you? Well, it's not like the body double would have met with you otherwise. From his point of view, it was like showing him evidence that he was a fake. You mean he was afraid of Judge Courtney because she knew about John's past? Afraid? That's exactly right. The body double was a coward after all. I remembered how his hands were trembling when he fired that gun at my balloon. Are we clear now? I was only there by chance, just a friendly witness who was passing by.
Hold it!
Around what time was that? I think it was around 11 p.m. It should coincide with the time Miss Courtney was in company on the rooftop, right? Yes, it was indeed around that time. There doesn't seem to be any contradictions. However, the time frame is important. It was at that moment. Oh, this song is so good. Oh, I just realized something. I just realized that I haven't been having proper monitor on myself. That is a little bit annoying. Oops. Are you saying this rooftop rendezvous was beyond your expectations? There's no way I could have known about that beforehand. Well, once the dust settled, I could guess what would have happened though. Double had intent to kill Miss Courtney. Did you really? Hey, did you realize that? No, I did not realize it. It's because you were blabbing on and on about that kid. That's... What kind of mother are you? If you think so badly, your kid would have died because of you. Okay, so I don't think this guy is worse than Blaze, but he is definitely on the level of Manfred. With his manipulations like this, like emotional manipulations like this. Yeah, this guy is definitely on the level of Manfred. Yes, he needs to go straight to hell. I'm your opponent, not her. Do not change the conversation. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to please leave this to me. My apologies, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, God, is it law? Please watch over this man and grant him aid. You're making me laugh. This lady didn't even notice the balloon. You had her leave ahead of him. Did you say the body double had planned to kill her? Yeah. Maybe he thought it would be bad if someone saw the scene of the murder. At the time, no one knew that the president was a fake, right? Once he got the info on John, he'd be able to kill both mother and son whenever he wanted. Thank goodness he's dead. Now you're both safe. You should be happy. Yeah. Oh. Whatever emotions you have towards that man, please put them aside until it's all over. For now, please continue with your story. As you wish, and that cowardly body double. Must have panicked when an eyewitness suddenly appeared from the skies. Oh, he pointed the gun at me and fired. The bullet struck the balloon's basket cleanly. I panicked and I quickly tried to get away so he couldn't shoot me down, but... Is that really the case though? Talk about a close call. You say you tried to get away then, right? That's right, there's a problem. Is there a problem with his statement? There is a problem. You must have placed Kay on the rooftop. You couldn't have gotten away before then, correct? Yeah, that's right. I forgot. After the body double fired one shot, he entered the hatch on the 51st floor. I looked around for a bit and then landed on the roof. Please add that statement to your testimony. Sure, I don't mind. Okay. You mean the hatch that leads to the hidden storeroom for the black market auction? Black market auction? Huh? I don't really want to remember, but that was 2 days ago, right? Indeed, the black market auction was held on the 50th floor of the Grand Tower. A lot of people must have been coming and going through the storeroom during the incident. Indeed. If the double truly did enter the storeroom, as Simon said, it is strange that no one noticed him. The problem here is when the incident occurred. If you know precisely the precise moment, then a piece of evidence certainly may come in handy. Eyewitness testimony from the balloon. So that means if Simon hadn't come, Judge Courtney would probably have been in danger. So wouldn't that mean he saved a life? The motive behind Key's actions were probably not so noble. I need more water. After all, this man was there to commit a crime just like the fake president. To expose his crimes, I need to listen carefully to his testimony. There must be an opening somewhere. So at 11 o'clock. Oh, come on. Did we have something with a timestamp? This one.
Objection!
Why did it have to be Lotta? I'm asking. Why did it have to be Lotta? Once again, you lied. Lied? The body double could not have entered a storeroom on the 51st floor 2 nights ago. Miss Hart's testimony proves it. What? How can you trust that shams journalist's testimony? Why did you say? You can't insult my mentor like that. 2 nights ago, that lady was staking out the 51st floor. Given that, just how did the body double leave the roof? Indeed, that is what we now must prove. If he did not use the elevator or the 51st floor to leave the roof, then there's only one route that remains. How did the body double leave the roof without using the elevator or the 51st floor? Well, that's just a balloon.
Take that!
The body double flew. He... flew? Simon Keyes, he rode your balloon.
Objection!
Hey, stop roking around. Why would I need to give that body double a lift? The elevator had a security camera and the 51st floor was being watched by Miss Hart. Your balloon was the only way the body double could have left the room. At the circus, we often perform dangerous stunts in order to surprise the audience. You think you would have got me cornered? Sorry, but the show ends here. What? Hey, you, Lotta, was it? I'd like to ask you something. Are you saying you stood watch on the 51st floor the entire time, without any breaks? Well, reckon course. There ain't no mistakes in that testimony. Really now. But didn't the sound of Mr. Edgeworth's assistant falling into the storeroom cause you to faint? I didn't mention before, but I bet I might have dozed off a little. Remember that? I fainted? Something like that? Something did happen. Miss Hart, I have determined the sound that made you faint. It was like the sound of Kay falling onto the storeroom floor. What's your point? Nobody's perfect. Look at her, Mr. Edgeworth. That's the kind of person you're relying on. Kay fell into the storeroom after the body double had left the room. In that case, I have a theory on how things happen. After that cowardly bodyguard fighter shot at me, he went and hid in the shadows until Kay fell into the storeroom. What? So what if he was hiding? Good grief, you guys still haven't noticed? What if the body double stayed hidden until Lotte had fainted? And then he went down to the 51st floor? That can't be. Precisely. The locked room mystery on the roof has been unlocked. Ugh, even said in my own voice. Yeah! Oh wait, there's more. I told the hidden body double about John Marsh. That's why I attacked John the next day during practice, but got himself killed instead. In other words, the one who murdered the body double was none other than John. John had no motive to kill the body double. He knew he was the real president's son. And how would he have known that? Because I told him so. In a letter. What did you say? That is a lie. Yep, that's all a lie. Huh? But then again, maybe not. Maybe I did tell him. Right, John? It's true that I caused Mozilla's head to fall. But I didn't know about my dad until today, so I'm not lying. Oh, really? I wonder about that. I found about the head about filing kinds of the bug. Now, if you were the one who caused it to fall and the body double was crushed to death, that settles it. You're the culprit. You successfully carried out your revenge. Congratulations. Yeah, the Magatama would definitely be the helper here. All pieces of the puzzle are now in place, as Mr. Edgeworth would say. The logic fits. Now then, any rebuttals? Manipulating humans into fighting each other. Sounds just like me, right? I did the same thing with Knightley and Blaze. At any rate, there's no way the body double could have gone for a ride in my balloon. The double was crushed by the monster's head, right? And who was it that caused the monster's head to fall? Do you understand now who the body double's real killer is? The truth that I provided them with gave them a big motive for murder. Get it? Those two tried to kill each other because the truth you're so fond of. Impossible. Hey, you detectives over there. Hurry up and arrest this murderer. What's wrong? Why aren't you moving? Damn. I thought so. Just admit it! In the end, aren't you the sires that Blaze and the body double, you know? This guy reminds me of the diplomat, just thinks it's invincible. Except this guy's just like, yeah, like whatever, you know? And he's just like, you know, oh yeah, it kinda is. You ignored the prime suspect and came after me without any evidence. How easily it can distort it to suit your needs in this law you believe in. That is by no means true. If you're not gonna arrest anyone, maybe I shouldn't take a talk with a policeman outside. If I tell them John Marsh is the killer, they'll be forced to take action. Time and Keys, your testimony isn't over yet. Really? I figured you'd try to stop me, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any evidence, do you? Which means there's no chance for you to win, right? But if you still insist on planning to stop me, you should be prepared to take on this much risk. What? That much? It's only natural, after all. The fate of the true culprit, John Marsh, is at stake here. Hey, Miles? Why don't you take a nice deep breath? Mr. Shields. At times like this, you should take a breather and think back. Defense attorneys always remain calm in a pinch and smile in the face of danger. The point of contention between your logic and his claim lies in the body double's escape route. How about, for example, we think like this. What's important isn't whether or not the body double got on the balloon, but rather, if we were to assume he did, what circumstances would be allowed for that? Turn my thinking around. Well, I'm doing is doing a cheap imitation of your old man. Did it help? Circumstances that would have allowed the body double to get onto the balloon. That's right. The body double not only had a large bill, but he also had a gun. And in spite of that, no traces of sleeping drugs were found in his system. Which means it can't be. Mr. Edgeworth, are you ready, Red? I hope you haven't forgotten about this. This is bad. I must break his testimony somehow. Once again, I need to go. I need to go to the toilet and get some more water. And it's time for our Let's Kill the P-roll ad again. Hello, Matjan. Aww. Oof. But you're in for a show if you're gonna watch the VODs. This case has been just amazing. And we are just brute forcing this very last part. We're on the final part. But like I said, I need to go get some more water and I need to go to the toilet. So back in a... Okay, we return. I was gonna check. Okay. Whoa, like... Oh well, let's get back into it. So you manipulated the body double and John to your will. You seem rather persistent about that, aren't you? Very much so. I'm an animal tamer after all. Is the greatest animal in the world man? I just tell people the truth in order to help them get a revenge. They should all be thanking me. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm kind of scared. Steal yourself, Kay. One who sows seeds of revenge as a jest. This is an opponent we must stop at all costs. The sins of the past are scary. You're so scary. You'll never see retribution coming. That's the only way the body double could have come off the tower. Hmm? Well, suppose that was the case, even if I had carried the body double down. What's the problem with that? So admit it, you did carry the body double. Let's not make a fuss over absurd opinions, Mr. Edgeworth. It's just not like you. You think the body double held me at gunpoint and asked me to go on a sightseeing joyride? There's no way that could have happened, and you know that full well, don't you? It is possible you negotiated with him using the information about John as a bribe. But he shot at me, remember? There's just no way we could negotiate. In that case, what if you used sleeping drugs and transported him while he was knocked out cold? Then allow me to ask, have you detected any trace of sleeping drugs from his body? Good. It's no good, I can't find any openings. Miss Edgeworth, isn't there something more interesting we should be talking about? Okay, I'm gonna disconnect this one. Allow me to propose a question. Was the double really crushed beneath the monster's head?
Objection.
Ha! For a genius prosecutor, you sure are quick to withdraw your previous statements. Aren't you the one who deduced that he was crushed by the monster's head to begin with? Indeed, I certainly came to that conclusion once before. However, that was when we knew of nothing else that was capable of crushing him to death.
Objection.
No. Why in the past tense? It's not like there's anything else now, you know. The body double was crushed to death by the monster's head. That's an unshakable fact. Is there nothing else? Solid decisive evidence that connects this man to the crushed president. Exactly, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you stop this useless struggle? Besides, don't you already know who the culprit is? Remember!
Objection.
We were crushed by balloon. John was not the one who killed the body double. He was crushed by a monster. Ha! Quit clowning around. It's like you at all. Oh, I get it. Since John is supposed to understand the heart of a monster, the one who understands the heart of monsters is you. Not even I have monsters for friends, you know? Stop being so modest. Didn't you have a very important friend? A monster you can control at will. Simon Keys, you're the one who killed the body double. That's... a lion balloon? A monster made of cloth that expands when filled with hot air. It suits you quite well, wouldn't you agree? Sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. You've been fixated on your claim that you manipulated John and the body double. Probably because it's an impossible fantasy of yours. After all, even an animal tamer cannot tame the dead. No, that wasn't fur. That was from the flower. The yellow stain was a flower. Like pollen from the lion lilies. Yeah, that is wonderful. The body double had already been murdered while he was on the roof. And the murder weapon was the balloon you were in. Ha! I see. Although it flows in the air, the balloon still weighs several hundred pounds. When the double threatened you on the roof, you immediately came up with a plan to defend yourself. And that plan was to crush him with your balloon. Whether the body double wanted to get on or that he was carrying a gun, none of that matters. Because you carried in your balloon the body double's corpse. Hold on a second, Mr. Edgeworth. You're saying a double was killed on the roof 2 nights ago? Well, that simply doesn't match up with the time of death. What did you say? That's not like you at all, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a good look at the autopsy report. The time of death was around 11 PM last night. Do we have a freezer we can use? We do. We do have a freezer that he could use. Last night? That's right, the very night that Mozilla's head fell. Well, Johnny boy, come on! How about telling us the truth? You killed your father, right? No, I know the feeling. You hated him, didn't you? Your father who left you all alone forever. The thing is, though, we found John in a cold storage. Cold storage. And we already know from the revival of the IS-7 incident that will skew the time of death for autopsy reports. You're wrong. I had no idea that guy was my dad. Not this again. Didn't I personally tell you myself? Was my logic wrong? Mr. Edgeworth, allow me to thank you once again for chasing down Blaze and Patricia and bringing them both to ruin. My revenge was a success, all thanks to your logic. If only time of death matched up, then my logic would fit. Perhaps you did something to throw off the time of death. And what's more, Dane Gustavia, was it? You even took down the culprit of the IS-7 incident. Dane Gustavia and the IS-7 incident. That's it. Gustavia killed Dover and hid his body in a block of ice. Mr. Gustavia intended to freeze the body in order to throw off the time of death. If the time of death had coincided with the tea party, Mr. Gustavia would have been suspected. That's correct. He is his father's son. It's a shame I didn't get to witness his destruction. How can you say that? Wasn't Mr. Gustav your father, Simon? I'm scared. I'm so scared. Miss Rowland keeps asking me about that day. Daddy, help me! Why won't you come and save me? It's because I broke my promise with you and didn't eat your sweets. I couldn't care less. My father left me all alone. Even if we shed the same blood, that man was not my father. I hate to say it, but like father, like son, you are the spitting image of him, Simon. The father you hated so much. What are you talking about? It must have been fate. By sheer coincidence, you just happened to use the exact same method that your father did. To throw off the victim's time of death. We rescued him from the refrigerated warehouse near the harbor, pal. A refrigerated warehouse? You say I threw the time of death? How could I have done that? The answer lies in where you hid the body's double. The body double's body.
Take that!
Throwing off the time of death by freezing the body along with John's kidnapping. It seems that everything is coming together. Kidnapping? Why are you going back to that? I don't know anything about that. Yeah, this has been an absurd case. It's been amazing, it's been absurd. Don't forget, John was confined to a refrigerated warehouse. I don't know yet, we'll see. He is still, he is prosecuting Patricia Rowland's trial. I think that's what he's doing. I think so. That's right, you kept the body double's corpse in that very same warehouse. 18 years ago, your father hid a body in the same way. What? My father, the one who abandoned me, did the same thing? Who would have guessed that both father and son will use the same method? Stop it! Don't lump me in with that guy! My father, I'm nothing like him. There's not a single connection between us.
Objection.
You may think so, but even now, your bond with Mr. Gustavia still remains. Didn't you say once before, I don't like sweets? That may have come from the shock of losing your father, don't you think? You guys have no idea what you're saying? Even if you deny your father, aren't your thoughts and actions the same? particularly your belief of sacrificing others to protect yourself. And finally, your crimes were brought to light just as his were. Just kidding. I don't know anything about that warehouse. I had nothing to do with the kidnapping after all. Oh my god, how long is this? I don't understand. In order to threaten Judge Courtney, it is clear that you partook in the kidnapping. How scary! Those who get involved with you get charged with all sorts of crimes. In the end, there's no evidence for the instigation and for the kidnapping, not at all. Or what? Are you gonna forge some evidence? Just like Blade and the rest? I'll do nothing of the sort. I can't let him provoke me. You always say I'll pursue the truth no matter what, right? Ha! Don't you mean the only truth that is the most convenient to you? After all, that's how the police pull the wool over the eyes of those without power. And that's why my revenge was necessary. Yeah! None of you can catch me. Not Patricia, not Blaze, and not even you. Mr. Edgeworth, at this rate, isn't there something, anything we can do? Yeah. Even though all my logic points to this man, I just need evidence. Even a single piece of evidence would suffice. Well, it's been a fun show, which looks like the time for the curtains to close. If you'd like, will you come and see my next performance? I'll let you, if you admit defeat. Oh, who was that? So, did you know Detective Gumshoe's theme has a secondary name? I'll pull through for you, pal. Or something along those lines. I'm gonna double check that after the stream, but like when we're done with this part, but still. Sorry to keep you waiting, Miss Edgeworth. Gummy, where'd you go? I was just doing the job I'm able to do, pal. Detective Gumshoe, your report, please. I did a quick investigation, sir, about the warehouse Johns was at. That refrigerated warehouse is currently being rented by the Very Big Circus, just as Miss Edgeworth said. So it's finally here, our trump card. Well done, Detective Gumshoe. Now then, Mr. Keys? It's a mistake. Perhaps it's something to do with the circus? I see. Indeed, we are not well informed of the affairs within the circus. In that case, why don't we get your boss's opinion on this? Regina? We are renting a refrigerated warehouse to store the animal food, but I don't know much about that place. After all, I let Simon handle everything. Curse you! Ah, Simon! Scary! What a shame. It seems that your desperate actions after the crime were in vain. If the body was found in the warehouse, suspicion would have fallen on you, the one in charge. That is why you specifically moved the body back to the Grand Tower, wasn't it? However, us finding John confined at the warehouse was a fatal mistake on your part. Our resident great thief and the detective are both rather exemplary. What's wrong? I can even tell through your face paint that you are looking pale. It's not over yet, Mr. Edgeworth. Your logic is missing the most important piece of evidence. Oh, please do tell. It's obvious! Evidence that I killed the body double with a balloon. You can't present it, can you? After all, there's no way such evidence could possibly exist. The evidence, it exists. What'd you say? If Mr. Keyes murdered the victim, trace of the murder should still remain here.
Take that!
No, okay, so it's on the balloon then. I was thinking at the top of the tower, because he wouldn't have time to clean up, like, bloodstains and stuff. Actually, there were no bloodstains. Because if we zoom in here, there's that looks like blood to me. A little bit. I even got kidnapped to steal this evidence. I love Kay. She is amazing.
Take that!
It should become clear once we examine the basket of this balloon. Yeah, the balloon again. Did you already find a bullet hole? There's no way you'd find anything else there. It'll be fine, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth's a hero who always finds the truth no matter what he's up against. That's right, pal. Of course it's gonna be fine. Mr. Edgeworth's got out of more impossible situations than I can count. Miles, I believe in you too. So this is the final blow then. It like at least builds up to it. But more importantly, I'm sure your old man is watching over you. The old man watching over you believes in you as well. Miles Edgeworth, calm down and think. You're just one step away from the perfect proof. It is. It's a beautiful twisted mess. The body double was killed by this balloon. The proof lies in the traces left in the basket. Simon Keyes, it's time for you to atone for your crimes. I'll see it with my own eyes. The moment this past case is settled once and for all. Please, Prosecutor Edgeworth, deliver the final blow to this unforgivable person. This is the final piece of evidence that proves your crimes. Wait, what traces were left on it? I mean... Hello Laplace, welcome back. Yeah, it's like what is that? Oh wait, I know. I think I know. I know. Where is it? The flowers.
Take that!
Got it. When John found the body, it's almost over. But almost over now. When John found the body, a bouquet of lion lilies was there as well. Lion lilies? The flowers from St. Thar that represents the bond between parent and child? Bless your reverence, sure it must be buried under a mountain of garbage by now. Moreover, the one who threw it away was John himself. That's not much of fun now, is it? Language of flower stuff has nothing to do with this. Calm down, John. Certainly you may have thrown the flowers away. However, I believe these emotions remain as strong as ever. Those bonds will surely protect you from that man in the form of my final piece of evidence. What the heck are you talking about? Those flowers were crushed. Ergo, they must have come in contact with a murder weapon. Perhaps we'll find very same pollen still stuck to the basket of your balloon? No way. You exactly examined the basket just a few moments ago. If there's been any yellow pollen stuck on there, wouldn't you have noticed it then? Mr. Keys, evidence is not restricted to what you can see with the naked eye. What? Emma, yes? Would you perform one more scientific investigation for us? Leave it to me. The balloon's basket, right? Ah, a reaction. This is clearly pollen from a yellow flower. We'll find out soon enough whether or not it's from the same flower. What? I'd say this proves that the body double's death was caused directly by your own hand. No way, that can't be. You crushed a body double to death on the roof of the tower. Then you retrieved the body and hid it in the warehouse. Why? Why did you have to go to the trouble of retrieving the body? 2 nights ago, he knew that a separate incident would occur at the tower. Ah, Miss Cranes! Precisely. Leaving the body there would have disrupted his plans. I see. But even so, he couldn't leave the body in the circus warehouse either. Exactly. So the next day, when he was bringing the body back to the tower once again, he saw the small fire John started, which caused the Mozilla's head to fall. Was that when the idea came to you? Your plan to pin the crime on John? Yeah. You made it look like the murder weapon was the fallen head. Such foul, cowardly behavior. For the same reason, you carried the double's body in the balloon and lowered it into the film lot. At the time, the figure of the body double being lowered down by a rope was captured in John's video recording. Damn, it was all... You saw through it all? Damn it! Damn you! You manipulated animals. You manipulated people, and you manipulated cases, almost as if you were a king. However, it has now come to an end. Simon, the animals have gotten angry. Even money. And Aztecs. Oh, money is angry. Oh dear. You never thought of them as your friends at all. How sad. Don't you look at me with those eyes! It's about time you go back to being a mere clown. A fitting end to your pitiful jester's act. Stay away! Stay away from me! Stop it! Please stop it! Daddy, help me! I'm scared. I'm so scared. I don't know anything. I don't know anything bad. They were the bad ones, weren't they? Horace, why? Why do you stop me? If you hadn't done that, I couldn't even trust the police. Nobody would help me. Oh, the ocean is here. But that man, back then, he saved me. The only one who helped was Dojan. So what? I used to use everyone else. What's wrong with that? Stop it! Don't come closer! Stop! Owie, 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 owie. Oof. This is magical. It seems the game is finally over. Oh no, that was him. Shell the Killer. Mr. Edgeworth, I must thank you. You have exposed the true identity of the mastermind. Now, I am free to What? Drawing a gun will be inadvisable. Stay where you are. Oh, and do not move. Yeah, Shell the Killer is great. He's just super chill. It's just like, I'm just gonna go here, walk in the middle of the police, just kill this guy and leave.
Francisca in the background.
Yeah. Francisca holds a special grudge though. I mean, she was shot by him. I don't have a gun. You do have a gun, do you not? You intended to draw and fire it without anyone noticing. He must have taken it from the body double when he killed him. But this man has betrayed his bond of trust with me. He would have me kill the president while knowing full well he was the body double. Lying about the target is an extremely dangerous thing to do to an assassin. Not having all the cards on the table can seriously jeopardize the assassination. However, what is even more unforgivable, I really like Shell the Killer. Yeah, I like Shell the Killer. Is your deception and your attempt to manipulate. The time has come for your retribution. Stop! You are? It's been far too long, Shelley. Please step aside. That man is my prey. And I must ask you to spare his life. Please permit this young acolyte to receive his proper punishment in prison. And if I refuse? His is the first life I have saved. I will not allow it to be taken so easily. You saved a life? The assassin, Sir Handosian. Ironic, is it not? That I, the one who has taken countless lives, is making a plea for this young one's life? He saved my life, just as I have saved his. Before I knew it, I grew quite fond of the lad. You may laugh at me as much as you wish. However, I must ask that you spare the life of the boy. From one assassin to another, please make this allowance. I understand. If you're willing to go that far, you have my thanks. I am in your debt. No need for thanks. I simply felt there would be no merit in fighting to the death with you. That is all. And with that, well, I must take my leave. Damn it, wait! Prosecutor Edgeworth, I must thank you as well. It was necessary for this young acolyte to be put in his place. And that you have done. Now then, it is time for me to return to my humble cage, surrounded by iron bars. Right, Anubis? Right, boy. No. Look who's here. Hey, priest guy. You killed my dad, right? Indeed. I'm not one to forget those who I have slain. I see. You must despise me, boy with the horns. In that case... John! Do not panic. I simply lent the boy with the horns my knife. Take that knife and run it through my throat. A single stab should do it. I've long grown weary of my wooden carvings. Revenge? John, don't do it! John, please, I beg of you! Until just now, I'd intended to seek revenge, no matter how many years it took. Revenge? Revenge is good, really good. All you do, a pain of suffering slips away. Everything becomes numb and you'll feel nothing. Yeah, you may be right. I thought about that while I listened to what you had to say. John, but, like, the only one who will be satisfied with revenge would be myself, right? If I became a murderer, my mom would go through even more pain and suffering. John's father was the president of Zhengfa, but he was assassinated 12 years ago. So the president we've been interacting with in this game so far was a body double. A fake. My friends from the movie too, and all those people who care about me as well. This case has been a clusterfuck. The boy with horns says some interesting things. That's right. I finally get it now. I'll never forgive you, but I'm not the one who's gonna punish you. After all, it's not what my mom and the prosecutor guy are here for. John, just said some really profound stuff just now. Hey, perhaps you'll study up a little bit more yourself. Was that so? Well then, young one, it is time for us to depart. Where to? To prison, of course. That place will be our home. Our home? Oh? And with that, the case that involved and affected so many people came to a close. However, there was still one last thing I had to do. Here it comes. Mr. Edgeworth, sorry to keep you waiting. Why did you call Uncle Ray and the rest of us out here? Mr. Edgeworth, the formal proceedings have just come to a close. What are you talking about? This is the place where I once relinquished my prosecutor's badge. This is your prosecutor's badge. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what is the meaning of this? Consider this my resignation. I am no longer a prosecutor. In order to save me when I was suffering from memory loss, you... A certain man once said, the only ally a defendant has is their attorney. By trusting in their client, an attorney draws closer to the truth. The sight of that man still shines brilliantly in my eyes. Just as the image of my father fighting in the court does. Ah, just like Phoenix. I love this. Yes, he's cutting Phoenix. Gregory. However, this is nothing more than that man and my father's way of life. It is not mine. Mr. Edgeworth! I think I shall live as a prosecutor after all. I see. So you made your decision. I am sorry. No, I understand. That is your answer, isn't it? It is. Okay, that's the end of this conversation. Don't regret it. Even if you beg me later, I won't let you work for me ever again. I understand. But you know, Miles, mind if I ask why you choose to live as a prosecutor? Mr. Shields, you asked me this before. Did. To fight crime as a prosecutor or save people as a defense attorney. I want you to think carefully about how you want to live your life from now on. I've thought it long and hard about that question ever since. How should I live my life? After this case is concluded, I've finally found my answer. I want to save people. As a prosecutor. As a prosecutor? Simon Keyes, he too was a victim. He lost a parent in a past murder, and with it, the ability to believe in anything else. I too know that feeling. The feeling of losing what's important to you and being unable to believe in anything. I doubted everything during my lonely battles in those days. All I can hope to do is to get every defendant declared guilty. The one who saved me was. Come on, just show his sprite! Come on, Edgeworth! You are such a big tsundere that you can't even admit it to yourself! Just show the sprite of him! Come on! It is a fucking tease! Mr. Keyes must have been all alone, unable to find salvation from the law. He had no choice but to turn his hand to revenge. And I suppose you never thought to seek help from the police. No, wait. As long as Mason was found, there was any evidence would have been destroyed by him. Actually, it didn't. Something like that just happened right now. I want to save those like Simon Keyes. So how would you save him? I'm sure this tragedy could have been avoided if only he could have relied on the courts. But instead, he was cornered by Blaze the Best, who used the power of law for evil. The form of the law can change depending on who wields it. It can be it can at once be a shield to protect and a blade to harm. That too is a contradiction of the law. A contradiction, huh? It's true, it's a contradiction in the law. The way the law is right now isn't it always completely right. The only way to right those contradictions is by joining the court system. The one who could have saved Simon Keyes was not an attorney, but rather a watchman of the law, a prosecutor. I shall face the contradictions in the law as a prosecutor. I see. That is just like you. But you know, it'll be tough. It won't just be a walk in the park. You're going up against the law itself. You do realize that, right? I do. However, someone must. Yep. Uncle Ray believes in you too. The law evolves and grows, just like all of us do. I'm sure you can pull it off. After all, you're Gregory's son. Your old man would never give up, no matter what. His eyes only saw what lied straight ahead. Miles, when you chose to live as a prosecutor, your eyes looked just like your father's. It looks like you've grown up a bit. I really wish your old man could see you now. Thank you very much, Mr. Shields.
Very much can see.
So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, allow me to formally return this to you.
Please do.
I, Justine Courtney, as a member of the PIC, do hereby return to Miles Edgeworth the rights and privileges of a prosecutor in the name of the Goddess of Law. And with that, Prosecutor Edgeworth is revived. That's great, sir. So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, it's time for Uncle Ray to make his exit. I had to report to your old man about the traitor in the Edgeworth family.
Thank you for everything. Truly.
The next time we meet might just be in the courtroom. Yeah, where's the I'm definitely gonna play the Great Revival theme after this. I hope you'll be ready. Uncle Ray might not look it, but he's an ace attorney after all. I look forward to seeing the attorney my father trained in action. And take care. Prosecutor Edgeworth, welcome back.
Judge Courtney, I must give my thanks to you as well.
To me,
you sought to fix the corruption within the PIC from the inside. That must truly have been a lonely battle.
No, it was not, for I was never alone. Because the Goddess of Law is always by your side, right?
You made me realize that one couldn't fight in such a way. The prosecutor's office, no, the entire legal world is caught up in this contradiction. If that cannot be set right, there is a truth that will never see the light of day. It was only through your help as I was able to find this new path. One that fights against the contradictions in the law.
I too find that promising. As the one in service of the Goddess of Law, you shall certainly succeed in helping the law grow.
Let us meet again in the courtroom.
Yes, I must apologize for my shameful acts during the trial 2 days ago. Next time, I shall fulfill my duties as the judge perfectly.
Your Honor, I do not intend to speak regarding your ideals, Prosecutor Edgeworth. However, the greatest judge I know is one overflowing with humanity.
Aww. That is so sweet. That is so sweet.
Even during a trial, that judge experiences happiness, anger, sadness, and joy. But nevertheless, always hands down the correct verdict in the end. It is difficult to say, but sometimes I feel that perfection is not always correct.
So, a judge too has the right to behave in such a manner. Thank you very much, Prosecutor Edgeworth. When I pursued and fought against Blaze the Best, the Goddess of Law was not the only one by my side. Ah, it's John! Urge is still best judge, yes. When I have this cutout with me, I feel a strange sense of courage welling up from within. No matter how painful things become, no matter how strong the foe, when I remember that I am not alone, I am able to keep moving forward. Wrongness must be put right, for John's sake as well.
John too lost his father in a past crime.
That is more important to me than even the words of the Goddess of Law. Though I'm sure the goddess would be angered by those words. Your bond with your son is a secret to your strength, I imagine. I don't have to be perfect. I just want to grow a little by little. Both as a judge and as a mother. That is how I feel. It's just as much each of us has yet to learn. Agreed. We're still but children before the world. Let us grow in our respective paths until we meet again. I shall look forward to that reunion. May the blessings of the Goddess of Law be upon you as you follow your own new path. Though I once lost my position as a prosecutor, I have now reclaimed it so that I may thread a new path as a prosecutor. I shall surely reach a truth waiting at the end of this path, no matter how difficult the path may be. If anyone seeks to stop me on my path, they shall receive no mercy. No matter whom they may be, I shall shout one word. You know, I actually thought that... Let's see if there's anything else going on here before we can continue. There is. Chief, what sort of scoop are we aiming for next? Hey, ain't you a journalist? Ain't nothing more important than information. You may be my apprentice, but you're still my business rival. I ain't gonna tell you everything. That's so, my mentor alright. I reckon you're more prepared than me. I understand. I'll get my information here with my own 2 feet. You know, this is going a bit too fast for me to read. It's I just can't keep up. Lotta. Yeah, I want another Ace Attorney. So the thing I'm thinking right now is that... Claim Destiny. Thank you, Laplace. Now, Dizzy got angry, yeah. Okay, if it isn't done in this game, I won't mention it until later when we play the next game. I will come back to the what I'm thinking about in the next game, if it comes up, or when it comes up, if it's not covered at the end of this. I did play Final Fantasy IX, yes. I have an entire archive of it on my YouTube channel, of me playing through it 2 years ago, I think it was. Almost 2 years ago. Yeah, I really like Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy IX is my favorite Final Fantasy. Its gameplay is a little bit dated, and even I can say that, but I really enjoy that game. It's really good. I really like it. So, of course. So, what are you doing? Oh, I'm slouching again. Oh. So I did it again. She's so like, that show must go on. Magic and ventriloquist visions. Like, Regina is just so innocent. But if Anubis is that same dog, wow, that's an old dog.
I haven't really taken the time to read the.
Yeah, they are like superbly animated. Oh my god, the dessert is chocolate cake. Oh, I kind of want to make like brownie skins. Just more like desserts. It's been a while since we had desserts. Yeah, like exactly like that look was. Yeah, like it was also a different time, you know, like when localization actually was more like it was a lot more involved to localize things than it is today. I mean, the project have become bigger, but it's also easier to do localization now because like you always make like you design the things with localization in mind. So like everything is just like you always think about localizing. We did that at Top God, and we do it at Paradox. And you do it at every like games company that, or like nowadays at least. If you're going to market to any other language than English, like actually in general, you should, as a general rule of thumb, you should always build your game in such a way that you have localization in mind. So you don't have to go back and change things. Yeah, of course it's Larry. Marketing back then for internet, yeah. I mean like marketing is still expensive. Like marketing has become a much, I think marketing in general has become a much bigger like expense overall. I mean, which like there was a I looked at the budget for one of EA's games, and the marketing budget is like 3 times the size of the development budget. It's insanity. So whenever some mouthpiece says that making games is expensive, yes they are. But it's the marketing that is like the bulk of the cost. Like I might have a different perspective since I'm in the industry myself. And like I may not always like agree with all the things that goes on, but I can see it, you know. But like the marketing budgets, like I don't think like having a marketing budget that is 3 times the size of the development budget is like, you know, and then saying we need to put in all these microtransactions because it's expensive to develop the games. I think that's being disingenuous. That's being dishonest. You should really be honest and say marketing the games is expensive. And I'm really in a very special position there, considering the company I work for. I mean, I may not necessarily agree entirely with the entire model myself, but I get it. I do. So it's like, I'm not about to like try to convince someone else who disagrees with them, because I mean I buy all the things I buy all the DLCs for the Paradox games myself. But I get it, you know. Yeah, like the companies where they exploit the passion of their developers, the passion of their staff, the passion of their employees to push down wages is insanity. Like, honestly, if you cannot afford to pay your staff and employees a living wage, you shouldn't be in business. Period. Oh, Francisca. Oh, Francisca. But yeah, and let's see. Square Enix is owned by big bankers. Look at the stocks, financial institutions. Yeah. But yeah, that is my position. If you can't, and that affords to every industry, really, not just the games industry, but like everything. Which is why I'm looking at many things on the like tipping culture. I loathe tipping culture, for example. Like if you can't pay your wait staff and your chefs and all that stuff, like properly. Ah, he's standing on his own feet. I love it. Sebastian is great. Oh, Sebastian, you know, he just needs a hug. He just needs hugs, you know? He is a darling. Hugs and pats, hugs and pats. More powers. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, John, you are so adorable. Yeah, absolutely, it's Unsinton. Aww, so cute. Okay, let's see if it happens. Let's see if it happens what I'm thinking about. Ah, we were really busy with all those cases, weren't we, sir? Indeed, we were. Why did all these incidents have to happen in quite such quick succession? I feel like things are always busy whenever I'm around. Wait, Kay, wouldn't that mean you're a magnet for crimes? Hey! Tell me that was rude! I do get the impression that he's not entirely wrong. So then, Kay, do you intend to resume your training to become a great thief? I don't know. Huh? Something on your mind, pal? How should I put it? Until now, I've always been chasing after my father, so that I can become a great thief just like him. Like the previous Itagarasu, I suppose. But watching you, Mr. Edgeworth, made me think. Maybe, instead of chasing after my father, I should find my own path. I mean, you didn't become a defense attorney either.
Chasing after a parent's shadow isn't the only path in life, is it, for a child after all?
I'm going to aim to be a hero in my own way.
That sounds good.
But of course, that doesn't mean I'm going to throw away the name of the great thief Yatagarasu.
No matter what sort of hero you become, K will always still be K.
Thanks, Gummy! And Gummy will always be Gummy!
Of course, pal. I plan to keep pushing forward in my own path as a detective after all. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I look forward to continue working for this with you, sir. Yes, I'll be counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. Detective, you saved me many times during these past cases. You have my gratitude. I suggest you look forward to your next salary assessment. Ah! Huh?
What?
Gumshoe is getting a raise! Does that mean what I think it means? What's wrong? I'm saying that your salary ought to be raised. Really, sir? I can't believe it!
Isn't that great, Gummy?
Like a dream come true, I can finally say goodbye to my instant noodle lifestyle. However, that doesn't mean that you can start slacking off. The real work begins from here on out. You should prepare yourself. Yes, sir. Roger that. I'll devote my body and soul to following after you, Mr. Edgeworth. The path Mr. Shields and Judge Courtney taught me. The instant noodles are great. Is to take a stand against the contradictions in the law, and to reach the truth at the end of that road. What am I able to do? That's a question I must continue to dwell upon. Certainly, this path will not be easy. However,
Prosecutor Edgeworth, when I pursued and fought against Blaze the Best, the goddess of law was not the only one by my side. That is true. Ah, it's John! When I have this cutout with me, I have a strange sense of courage welling up from within. When I'm alone, when I remember that I'm not alone, I am able to keep moving forward.
Your bond with your son is the secret to your strength, I imagine. Bonds, huh?
Ah, I completely forgot!
How sudden? What is wrong?
I was searching for members for the new Tagarasu's team.
Now that you mention it, I do remember you saying something to that effect.
But in the end, I wasn't even to find a single person. Can you imagine it? A team combining their powers in order to steal the truth. I want to create an invincible team like that, but...
What are you saying, pal? Don't you already have a team? Together, the three of us can solve any case that comes our way.
Yeah, you're right. A prosecutor, a detective, and a great thief. We're an invincible trio of heroes that steals, captures, and pursues the truth.
Hearing all that kind of makes me feel sorry for the truth. As long as the three of us are together, there's nothing to fear. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, you are correct. Even until his last moments, my father ran along his own path. I too shall advance along mine, accompanied by my somewhat boisterous comrades. As long as they are by my side, I can walk forward without hesitation. On this new path as a prosecutor, prosecutors and attorneys, the path I walk is not my father's. However, I am certain that the two paths are not separate. Though we may walk in opposite directions, our destination is the same. Why, you may ask? Because both paths lead to the one and only truth. I like this picture. This is a good picture. Very good. So what I was thinking of didn't occur in this game.
Wow. Just wow. That concludes. You know what? I'm gonna just put it in song. I think it's necessary. That concludes Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Two games to go. 2 games to go. The next game will be Dual Destiny. Into the Switch, into the 3DS games. Hopefully it will go without problems. I have faith it will. And I'm working on my own to also improve things here on the stream. Like today, I fixed a better like camera settings for myself, so I look a little bit more alive and not as flat. I feel the colors look a lot better now than they used to be. And flat Earth? What? No, just me looking flat here on the camera. I would like to discuss a lot more, but I desperately need to go to the toilet because I've been needing to go to the toilet for the last like half an hour. I've been chugging water. But wow, this game was amazing. Now, honestly, Simon Keyes as a villain, I don't think he quite measures up, honestly, to the likes of Damon Gant and Christoph, and like, not even. He was just insane. I don't think he's like at the same level.
I disagree.
You do?
He fucking manipulated so many people
Yes,
to get his way.
He did, but at the same time, I think like the motivations and stuff like that just like kind of lowers it a little bit. He was good, absolutely. It was good at what he did, absolutely. But I do think that Damon Gant, for example, and Christoph, were just like kind of just better characters.
They had more presence, I guess.
Yes, sure. Like we had Simon Keyes in the background at all times, but he was just this random character. Like we just okay, he's just one of the other characters, you know. Whereas
also...
Damon Gant and Christoph had this presence. I think that is the biggest thing that we like was so he is more he's more the like you can say he's the hidden villain, you know.
It's also a bit of a different station because in this case we only learned who the heck it is at the very end.
Yes.
While previous one, well, justice, we learned about Chris. We caged him from the start.
Yes.
And then we over time learned all these bullshits he had pulled off.
Yeah, exactly. Like we was always with the like that's something I really liked about Apollo Justice, really, is that we caged the, if you will, big bad guy at the beginning, and then we still like felt his presence. Like even though we had already caught him, we felt his presence throughout everything. That was really good.
Yeah, we could just connect him back to everything and be like, oh no, he did this too.
Yes.
That bitch.
Exactly. That's what I really liked about Christoph. Yeah, this is a twist villain, absolutely.
They're fine to do now and then too.
And honestly, Blaze the Best is like also I think like Blaze the Best. He's at the we will stab him and hate him, knife block level, you know. At the same time, I do think Damon Gant and Kristoff are better villains. Even though they're not like at quite the level of I hate him and I want to shank him. It's a little bit difficult. What I can say for sure is that I will do a ranking of all the characters and all the villains later down the line when we're done with all of Ace Attorney. And I think it'll be difficult. I'm having problems already, so we'll get to that. It'll be a big section, just a stream of just ranking everything and discussing it, I think. And I hope you can all be here for it, but that's not for quite some time yet. I want to get everything on the board, like big board. Now though, I need to go, desperately need to go to the toilet because, yeah. So, I don't see any, there's Dylan who's playing Toho. But, I'm gonna call it here. Thank you all for watching. We've been live for 5 hours. I was determined to get this done today. So, thank you all for watching today. It has been a pleasure. And stay tuned for Sunday when I'm going to be streaming Stellaris and get my ass handed to me in multiplayer. It's gonna be fun because I'm going to see if I can broker deals and stuff, but we'll see. Good night, everyone, and have a good weekend.